merely from attacking Heidi Cruz for looking, you know, less than flattering in this picture, and saying a picture's worth 1,000 words. He now turned it to attacking her looks. Not Heidi.
Right, but
Melania.
Who's attacking Melania's looks? She looks great.
Nobody. Critics have accused him of being over the top in his response. Surely, I say his critics, insulting a rival's wife for being too ugly is simply crass, classless, and rude. I agree. It is all of those things. Now, this is where this article goes off the rails right here. It's all of those things.
It's been on the rails so far.
Compared to where it's going. But that's a good thing. For decades, politics has been a competition of grievance. Politicians and activists win public sympathy by pretending to be hurt and offended. Those who are the most convincingly wounded win the day, and that's the left, the master of faux offendedness, who tend to beat the competition. Trump's crass tweets and objectionable comments may not be comfortable reading for the old-fashioned conservatives who appeal to.
Do you really?
I do.
Right now?
I do. I think Rubio is part of the cabal, and here's I do.
He's already said he thinks Cruz would be the best president of the remaining conservative left.
And boy, look at him fight. And I
have to say that.
He doesn't have to say that, but he also has not come out. You felt Donald Trump. You felt that strongly about Donald Trump, and now you're playing it quiet. You'll come out and say something.
I would like to see him endorsed and
get out on the road. Look at Carly Fiorina. Here's what I think is happening with Rubio. I think Rubio is going to go make his $5 million at K Street. I think he's going to become a lobbyist, and he's going to sock away $5 million. And if he plays it down the middle right now, if it's Ted Cruz, hey, buddy, I came out for you. If it's Donald Trump, hey, I could have hurt you a lot less.
Right,
a lot more.
And that's not.
Yeah, I could have hurt you a lot more. I did a lot less.
It's not exactly shocking, and I don't even mean this as at all demeaning to Rubio, but it's like, here's a guy who early on in the campaign was famous for, well, he had debt. He had to sell books to buy a boat, and he had all this debt, and he's never. I mean, the guy's never had money like a lot of these other people in the
money doesn't talk, it screams.
You know, maybe he feels like it's time to get out and make some money.
Yep.
You know, and I don't.
He's making money on the system. I do. I don't like the lobbyists. The lobbyists all started with Woodrow Wilson. The lobbyists started with Woodrow Wilson. That's when all the lobbyists came to town, was during the First World War. And then after the First World War, they learned it, and they came back to town as soon as FDR got in. And then you started building K Street and all of this nonsense.
We don't know how he's going to make his money. I mean, obviously, you assume he'll probably get some nice consultant gigs, and he'll make some very highly paid speeches, and he'll do lots of things that politicians tend to do. And he hasn't sullied himself to the point. I mean, I think he's a good brand going forward for the Republicans.
I do too.
But I certainly don't disparage a guy for going out and making some money.
I don't either.
I don't want him.
I just wonder why he's so silent after being so incredibly vocal and how evil this guy is. Oh, you gotta stop him, gotta stop him, gotta stop him. He says horrible, horrible, horrible. Crickets. Come on, man.
He should have. I mean, I'm surprised he has not appreciated it, because there's not like there's another choice.
And now this. Mark Kirk, the Republican senator from Illinois, said he's going to meet with Obama's Supreme Court nominee tomorrow. Kirk is doing this. Harry Reid was right when he said they're gonna cave. They'll do it before the end of summer. They will cave. They will confirm Obama's Supreme Court nominee by summer. That's Harry Reid. Thankfully, FreedomWorks has set up a Supreme Court defense fund. They're preparing to launch a massive grassroots campaign to make sure the Senate Republicans keep any liberal from making it to the court. You cannot have a progressive replace Scalia. If you do, it's over for generations. Especially unless you get Cruz in, and then you have a chance. But anybody else, it's all progressive city. The fate of the Constitution and the country is hanging in the balance. Would you consider going to freedomworksforme.com right now? Donate to their Supreme Court Defense Fund today. That's freedomworksforme.com. Stand up for the Constitution and the Supreme Court. freedomworksforme.com.
The Glenn Beck Program.
Mercury, your home for Fox News. News Radio 1110 KFAB.
Square Trade does not cover lost or stolen items. Savings based on 2-year iPhone plan with one claim compared to a Sure Internal.